Spill all my cars across the pavement. The sickness reflects who I am now, and I am proud. So take this as you will. I'll move on while you can stand still. Cracked under the pressure, and I won't forget another lesson learned. Here I go. Spent so much time just to waste time. Was there a kind of way bubblers? I'm not the one to help you dig your grave. You left me shattered like yourself, but now I'm one. So take this as you will. I'll move on while you can stand still. Cracked under the pressure, and I won't forget another lesson learned. One, two, three, let's go! I know who I am. You have no need to explain. I know who I am. You have no need to explain. I know who I am. I know who I am. I know who I am. You have no need to explain. I know who I am.
We are Tucson's rock station, Rock 102.1 KFMA, Oro Valley, Tucson, an Arizona Lotus Corporation radio station. Stream us on your cell.
All right, we're live.
Totally.
We opened it up with some held out because we got held out in studio. Good morning, everybody on the podcast broadcast stream.
Morning.
Welcome back, Sparky.
What's
Of
up?
course, we got Jackie and Kevin
What
from
up?
Held Out. She's going to be performing this Saturday, and that's why they're in studios. We're amping up, get ready for that. And you know, we know that Sleeping with the Witch is going to close things out. We know that. Is it going to be back to back sets by Jonathan?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I'm thinking so, yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing it back to back. You better be doing it back
How are you doing it back to back?
to back.
Okay, so you guys are going to be going on after the trifecta of
The John
Rusellmania.
Russell experience.
That's what it's looking like. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, that's an interesting setup there too, because I mean, this is like his birthday show too.
Yeah.
Where all three of his bands will be performing on the stage at the same time, and I guess that does make sense. So I guess trading out gear.
Essentially, gear members.
So when you do it, okay, is that going to be the same thing? If you're going to keep your gear, you're just going to be
Oh, I
changing
do.
out. That's it. Okay. Yeah.
So
So
the same head, same cabinet, same pedal, same setting.
yeah, so I guess it's good for the sound guy for the house. So then you guys are just gonna like walk off the stage and the Sleeping with the Witch guys are gonna just come on.
But
Yeah, how do you appear here?
I don't know,
We
so
left like 10 minutes before him and he beat us here almost.
I showed up and I was like, we're gonna be late. We're 8 o'clock. We're gonna be late. Let's go. Let's go now.
You're coming from the east side.
they left before me. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't want to
in front
drive
of us.
alone. So I jumped in, got here.
They're doing some construction on Grand over there by Sparkman.
No, I know.
No relation to the street, but
No, I know, man. And like this, that whole road. Yeah, I
Oh,
can't.
it was
Everywhere I
messed up.
move to, then like construction follows me. I can't avoid it. So, like, all right, guess I keep coming up with like alternate routes. Shit. All right.
we were on the air.
Yeah, no, it's good though.
I was all
Yeah,
watching
that frame of
myself.
mind. The audio's tripping because of got it. Thank you. Sorry about that. Audio was tripping because I saw the video going in the background. Of course, we opened it up with Held Out's latest video, which you've had out for about a month now and stuff. So with this new show, you're gonna have a bunch of new songs. Got the album ready? Or?
A couple. The album's actually out.
Yeah.
We have one for you.
Good.
Physical copies.
Oh, nice.
Those will
Yeah,
be
yeah.
up
Did
for
you
sale.
leave it with your phone?
I left it with my phone.
Did you get? Did you do CDs, vinyls, cassettes? What did you do for print?
CDs.
Just CDs.
Yeah.
Hit clips. We got hit clips. Remember those from the 90s?
No,
They were
what-
like little MP3 things, but they only played like 10 seconds of like the chorus.
Yeah.
It was
That would be
"Hit
nice
me,
to bring those
baby,
back,
one
dude.
more time." Well, that's it.
Yeah. That would be
Hit
nice to bring
clips,
those
dude.
back.
Shout out to the 90s. Remember Tamagotchi?
Mm-hmm.
But you don't remember hit clip.
No.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made
inches,
like little
though.
boom boxes, and then like it was a keychain that you could plug your headphone into.
Really?
Dude, Kmart, bro.
I'm
Remember
I'm googling
Kmart?
it.
It would be a QR code.
Remember
at
Kmart?
this
dude?
point.
I remember blue light specials, dude. Now this is blue head specials on the street.
Hip clip. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the hip clips.
Hip or
Take
hit?
your favorite artist with you anywhere,
No, you know what?
in your pocket, in your car.
Hip clip now is basically just a nerd accessory for people to use their cell phones and keys and stuff. So it's not the MP3 player, unless is it the hip clip with a K?
It looked like a hit clip.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, hit clip.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a clip, like CLIP.
No, I got clip. I
No,
put
yeah,
okay, hit clip.
Yeah, because it was just
Got
a clip
it.
of a hit.
That's so.
Dude, and it was
So
dumb because they
stupid.
looked
That's-
like little floppy disks, dude, with a little tiny CD inside of it.
That's
it was
funny.
So dumb.
Yeah, here's what it looks like. The hit clip. So yeah, it was clips of songs,
I do not remember that.
and it was just clips of songs. So it wasn't even an entire song.
No, it was like
Underground
less
90s.
than
I guess
20
so.
seconds, possibly, of anything.
Look at that.
I had all of them, dude.
Did you really?
Destiny's Child, dude.
Where would you
that.
buy these?
Kmart. I'm telling you.
Okay. Yeah, that
I
makes
lived
sense.
in Kmart. I wasn't like a Walmart kid. I loved Kmart.
So you would get these and then you would listen to a 10-second chorus
All
and then
day.
that was it.
That's just like autism special, dude. All you need, dude. All you need.
And you paid for it?
Yeah, dude. I didn't have to hear.
What'd
You
they go
know what
for?
it reminded me of?
What?
Those commercials that'd be like the best of the 90s, the best of the 80s. All
Yes.
your favorite songs on one album. And it would just play like that little portion of the chorus that you knew of the song.
Uh-huh.
There was so many songs that I learned later that I realized were different songs. I thought it was just that one song all together, but it was the commercial putting all these songs together.
So okay, but when you listen to one
18-year-olds.
hit clip, okay, you had to change them out, right?
Oh yeah, every 10 seconds.
Every 10 seconds. It's so crazy
It
that
took longer to change
It
it,
was,
out than
it
it
was
did
so
to listen
stupid.
to it.
Like I don't know what it was, dude.
I'm
It was
surprised
like,
it didn't
it was
take
like
off.
inducing ADD, bro.
Right.
It's like the TikTok. You
Yeah,
only got
dude.
10 seconds. You got and
It was
swipe.
pre-TikTok ADD, you know. And so whoever
Hard drive TikTok. dude.
yeah, so whoever came up with this idea was
analog TikTok.
was years ahead of their time, but also behind the times as well. Because
It's
I
like
mean,
the
obviously,
potential
Somewhere
dude.
in the
They were
middle.
waiting for
Potential
the
on
internet to catch up.
yeah. And then Lindsay said it was like all muffled, so like the sound
yeah.
wasn't even good.
Hi, Linz. Good to see you again.
Yeah. So it was bad sound.
It was bad.
Only
Well,
10 seconds.
also, too, we all had garbage headphones back then. Those
Yeah, okay.
cheapy little ones that you would get from
The-
Kmart.
The jail ones.
Oh, the clear ones.
Yeah.
like the kind we're rocking today. Actually, I mean, I
Or
have-
Actually, no.
those
You know
little
what my
pads.
favorite ones were?
Hmm.
Those blue headphones that they do the hearing test on you at elementary school. Like,
yeah, those are high quality.
How'd you get your hands on a pair of those?
my grandma worked at the elementary school that I went to. I had a pencil sharpener, the one that goes to the wall, dude. I had like drink tickets to the book fair.
Milk tickets?
I
You
had
had
milk
milk tickets?
tickets to the book fair. Dude, I was hooked up, dude.
That's funny.
It's like me with I got
So
the
no
Gojo
Sparky in elementary
dispenser on my
school.
wall.
Patrick, I see that you sent me a message, and yeah, you can send me that pic
Truck.
to my messages, and then yeah, I'll pull it up. Yeah, he's got a food truck
Ooh.
that looks pretty dope. That's Pizza Pat from Squared Up Pizza.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking about him the other day.
Yeah, so Squared Up obviously is not in
They're
Park
not.
Place
I was
anymore.
gonna say they're not in Park Place no
Yeah.
more. Huh?
Yeah, because
You know,
rent-
it's probably safer out in the streets, anyways.
For real. Yeah.
Well, that's what he's kind of thinking. So he has a hookup as far as he got this bomb ass pizza truck, and so he's going to get into that, and then probably build up to get into a brick and mortar, but try to stay out of malls because
Yeah, no,
That's-
that's too much other people you have to deal with, and like not
Uh-huh.
even your contract. It's the mall people who own it, and then the subsidizers and then all that other stuff.
Right. And then just the rent, rent, they keep jacking up the rent on all these restaurants. And, in malls, you see it coming because, of course, the food court is probably one of the, most lucrative parts of the mall. But, you're seeing hedge funds buying up chains just for the land and then turning around and jacking up the rent on the land. That's exactly what happened with Red Lobster. So Red Lobster had to close down, it was like 72 locations throughout the country filing for bankruptcy. And they tried to blame it on fat people and endless shrimp. Yeah. You're going down.
Yeah, they doubled all
we
their
have
prices
to
too.
keep farming the oceans.
They had to raise their prices, but yeah, they did the endless shrimp promotion for $20. And they're like, we thought it would bring more traffic, not just the traffic that came in and tried to eat us all out of shrimp. So basically, it was a vague way of blaming fat people. And then what really happened was they sold the chain to a hedge fund just for the land. The hedge fund wanted the land.
What the hell is a hedge fund? Like, explain this to me. Like, I don't.
Rich white people.
Okay,
that's
that
all
makes
I
sense.
know. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast with Held Out. We got 3 out of 4 of the crew, right? It's 4.
5.
Who's the 5th member? You got Pete Best in your band now?
We got Andy Coronado and James Ringstrom.
That's
James
true,
on
actually.
drum,
I
Andy on
didn't forget
guitar.
them. Yeah. So
I didn't forget the music goddamn.
Sparky, Jackie, and Kevin all in studio hanging out with us, talking about Rusellmania. We're going on a rant as to why Red Lobster is going to war with their landlord, a landlord who they sold land to.
Hey,
It's
how are you
ironic.
gonna be a fish store and be battling for land?
Fish store. I don't know if
Surf and turf, baby. Surf and turf.
they'll classify themselves as a fish store.
The surf and turf wars.
Well, you can buy fish there. That's a fish store.
Yeah, you buy it to eat.
It's not an aquarium.
It's a restaurant, and they do have aquariums inside it.
And it's a pick and
tasty
stick,
morsels
dude.
in
You're
it.
like, that's the one I want.
here's what happened.
It's like the red light district, but for lobsters.
why'd
The
you
red
give that
lobster
look?
district.
That's why he gave that face. I'm like, why are you giving that face? He has an idea. No, so okay. So to recap, what happened was that Red Lobster as a franchise and a business sold their land to a hedge fund. Hedge fund then turned around and jacked up the prices on them. Now Red Lobster is saying they're threatening to close down all their locations in the U.S. if they don't lower the rent. So the place that bought them out, that gave them money, then raised the rent on them. Now they're like, lower this rent or we'll just close it all down. We'll take our Red Lobster and go home.
Back to the sea.
Yeah. Now, not everyone's happy about the idea that Red Lobster is going to be no more because, nostalgia, people grew up on it.
I need my lobster mashed potatoes.
Oh, you like
Where
the
else
lobster
are we
mashed
supposed
potatoes?
to go
my
on a
goodness.
date, dude?
What's the number one thing? If you think Red Lobster, what do you think about?
Cheddar biscuits.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
And you
flavor.
can buy them at Fry's now.
I know that. I mean, that's the thing. They're like, we could just shut it down and go White Castle style, and you could just buy our food in freezers. But Flavor Flav is a huge fan of Red Lobster as well, and he tried to single-handedly save Red Lobster from bankruptcy. He went there and literally bought everything on the menu and tweeted the receipt. And he said, "Your boy meant it when I said I was going to do anything and everything to help Red Lobster and save."
on them.
Yes, and save the Cheddar Bay biscuits. Now, Flav is reportedly in talks with Red Lobster for a potential collaboration, and that would officially be rock bottom. So for Red Lobster, so I don't know if that Flavor Flav is the answer to turn this around.
dude.
Rock lobster.
Rock lobster. Beat me to it.
Rock Lochner.
All
I would actually I'd be more enticed to go eat some Flavor Flav's Red Lobster.
Some Flavor Flav shrimp.
You would?
Yeah, why
Okay.
not? Like I'm a sucker for a celebrity endorsement, dude.
Suck a fish.
I'm over here trying to get celebrity endorsements. I want people to drink and eat the things I'm eating too.
Yeah, Yoo-hoo and cheap whiskey.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, we're hanging out with Held Out on the podcast broadcast. You can join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Be back with more right after the latest from Nothing More. Here's If It Doesn't Hurt on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
I love how he
Clear.
he uses the yoo-hoo as the food part of want people to eat and drink. He's like, who's eating a yoo-hoo?
You know that's your breakfast. Don't lie. Or
It's-
is the whiskey the
It's
breakfast?
rich in calcium
Mhm.
and vitamin D.
Is there taurine in that?
Not yet. I'm not torn yet.
It's,
Oh, there's
is it lactose?
phosphorus, niacin, riboflavin.
Oh, that
Riboflavin.
riboflavin. Yeah.
Riboflavin.
You get some cyanocobalamin
It's got some of that
in there.
ass.
We're a whole
Potassium.
generation raised on riboflavin.
Riboflavin.
Mhm.
Potassium.
Riboflavin. I love
Hey, you mind if I do a glizz?
What is a glizz?
The pocket dog.
You got a pocket dog? Of course you do, Sparky. Yes, go ahead.
That's the breakfast.
Yeah. All right. You have the hot dog wrapped in tinfoil and then a slice of white bread. Did it keep the hot dog warm?
It kept it
Is it body temperature?
reconstituted the bread because the bread was dry as all hell.
Eat this. Hold
moistener.
on. Let me put on some appropriate pocket glizz music for you, just so
Look at my lunchbox.
Here we go. There you go, Sparky.
Hey, girl.
That's pretty good. I was surprised you took such a small bite. I imagined that you would take at least half of that down the first
Dude.
gulp.
Just
Ask these guys. It takes me about 30 minutes to
get
eat
these
any
sexy
meal.
voice.
Really?
It takes me about 30 minutes to eat any meal. I like to eat my meals slow.
Let's just recap Sparky's survival kit
Slow and go.
coming into the podcast real quick, okay? So we had the shooter, okay, the knockoff whiskey shooter.
It's not knockoff. It's Evan Williams. It's top notch somewhere.
Here, here, hold it up there. Evan Williams got a little bit of that to warm the blood. Then of course got the Yoo-hoo, for the calcium and the riboflavin.
Because alcoholics are
riboflavin.
famous for not having vitamins in their body.
Who are?
People who drink a lot.
Oh yeah. And then of course they got the pocket glizz, which is the body temperature cooked hot dog.
Slightly above body
Slightly
temperature.
No,
Oh,
I
it's
made
too
that
hot.
yesterday and it fell asleep in my backpack. So,
Holy shit, dude, that is not good.
He keeps it in the cavity,
but constant chorro.
It reconstitutes
Not
the
everyone
bread.
packs a lunch. I mean, this is like a school lunch in a very weird way.
That's breakfast.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
lunch.
that's true. That is
This
true.
is the only way my grandma would pack lunch for me.
Yeah.
The whiskey too. Where do you think I got it from?
So I guess the glizzy is a thing that you do frequently, huh? There, Sparky, because even Jesse's like, I'm loving this glizzy.
Well,
Yoo-hoo
it's
special.
kind of just like pocket food in general.
Is your thing.
I have
Hold
a-
that thought. Let's get on the air. No
He
cursing.
does have a thing for wieners, though.
Yes. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. There you go. Nothing more with If It Doesn't Hurt. And, of course, we got rock stars in studio. And, the rock star life, you got to live. Everything is high end, top notch. And Sparky is a personification of that, coming in with his Breakfast of Champions. And we found out what a pocket glizzy is. I literally just watched this man eat a hot dog that was cooked in his pocket in tinfoil.
Got that dog in him.
I cooked it yesterday.
Well
It
done.
marinated in the pocket overnight.
Ooh, yeah. So did you sleep with your pants on with the wiener in your pocket?
That's why the bread was a little dry.
I made it yesterday for lunch, and then I ended up drinking instead of eating.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a lot of calories there. I will say
I was
this:
like, well, at least there's food for tomorrow,
the grossest thing about that to me, Sparky, is that you had no condiments on it, no mustard,
bro.
no. You
When
can't.
it's sat in its own juices for over 24 hours, you don't need a condiment, dude.
Its own juices.
Are we
Well, yeah.
talking about hot dogs or wieners? Both.
Yeah, it is both. Yes.
Both is good.
Both, baby.
Okay, so let's say this: you're going to be performing this Saturday at the Rialto Theater. Is pocket glizzy on your rider? Do you need?
Usually pocket whatever Brent buys us to eat in the green room is on my rider.
Yeah, it's usually
Yeah.
brought to you by like Chiba or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
I'll grab that veggie special. That what is it?
The best
You know
one.
the one the veggie one with the mushroom.
Yeah.
Ooh, dude, I'm not thinking of Joel the other day.
You're not a vegetable
with
person?
with his vegetables and his veganisms.
Obviously, you're not a
It's,
vegetable person. You just
I'm-
ate a hot dog that was from your pocket. Yeah. Sorry, I can't get over that.
You won't get over it too. You're gonna remember it forever. Scarred for life. But you know what I mean? I like that veggie sandwich from Chiba Hut. It's just so delicious.
There you go. He's just
a good
working
one,
on
yeah.
getting
Dude.
endorsements left and right, dude.
Every time I'm in a pickle, I just think of my classic cold cut combo.
Have you ever gotten sick from your food that you're eating? Or no, this is
Other people's food has gotten me sick. And
really.
it's crazy because I'll leave food in weird places and come back to it.
Yeah,
And,
in your pocket for 24
Yeah,
hours.
the,
And,
the things I've seen come out
Pocket
of this
steak.
guy's pocket.
Yeah.
Dude,
What's some of
it's
the things?
incredible.
What are some of the things you've seen come out of his pocket?
Some chorizo. I've seen
Steak,
steak, eggs, like,
pizza.
chicken wings.
You putting that food in your pocket?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a
Pocket
vest. There's
burritos.
30 pockets on it.
Okay, so when you're wearing a vest and you see Sparky on the street, if you pat him down, it's essentially like a buffet all wrapped around you. You got
Pretty
all
much.
these like survival foods.
Yeah.
Sparky's like a stepmom. He always has snacks.
Yeah.
Do you ever take him up on those snacks?
They
I
have, dude.
have
They
many
have.
times,
for
yes.
sure.
They
Okay.
have. And if I don't have pocket snacks, I always have pocket tums. Dude.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
hey, same here, dude. I've been learning the ways of the
Right with the
pocket,
change. Dude.
Yeah, he's got
the
free.
ways of the vest pocket.
I always walk around. You need tums? You need tums? You need omeprazole?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, if you're drinking Yoo-Hoo whiskey and hot dogs that were sitting in your pocket for 24 hours, you're definitely going to need
This is
Tums.
rocket fuel right here.
Apparently so. Yeah.
I'm the,
Speaking of,
I'm the Mr. Fusion.
Look
Yes.
at the ingredients on rocket fluid. Rocket fuel.
yeah. Well, speaking of rocket fuel,
Combustibles.
we had Starliner launch this morning. We're gonna check out why NASA and any kind of aerodynamic scientist is so obsessed with phallic-shaped rockets. We'll break that down in the podcast broadcast. More with Held Out after music from Bad Flower. You keep it right here, Rock 102.1 KFMA, or join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Pocket Glizzy. I just wanted to throw that out there one more time.
That's a good jam.
Dude, I love Bad Flower. I love me some Bad Flower.
Yeah,
Bad Flower's great.
Jackie turned me on to them, and I was like,
Dude, yeah.
whoa. I was like, I'd never heard them
When-
before.
When?
Well,
About
like
a year and a half
ago,
ago,
yeah.
maybe.
Really?
Close to 2 years
Year
ago.
and a half. Where have you been?
No, for real. That's why I feel like I've heard them, and like I'm just like, oh my god, these guys are amazing.
Yeah, we
Such
saw
a good
him.
band.
We saw him
Such a
open
good
up
band.
for Incubus and
Oh, they were the right here, huh?
yeah, TCC. And Johnny is phenomenal. Something about these short guys, dude. You know that
Right?
are just
I know.
yeah. You're not that short. Well, how tall are you?
5'10".
Yeah. That's not short enough. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, like 5'8". Come on.
Oh, that's.
We're on,
You still got a couple inches.
we're on the
Come on, I'm
internet
5'9"
right now.
and 3/4.
Step
and
on the
you're
glizzy,
taller
dude.
than
We're
me.
on the internet right now. Okay, I'm
when you're
5'5".
wearing your heels.
I'm 5'5" on the internet.
now, yeah. Look at you trying to shorten yourself just
Yeah,
so you
right.
could be in that like wheelhouse.
I'm
But yeah,
actually
Yeah.
6'7", 250
I'm the
pounds
Tom
of pure
Cruise of
muscle.
the band.
well, bassists can be tall.
Pure glizz.
Lead singers, though, it seems like they're the shorter you are, the better you are. It seems on a lot of lead singers.
I don't know.
There's a lot of little lead singers, dude. In fact, actually, if I
Little,
pulled up
little.
the height
Little,
of like famous lead singers, I think you'd be shocked.
Was it
about,
David Lee Roth, like 5'8", 5'6"?
I think he's a short in stature
But-
kind of man.
What about Davey Havoc? How tall is he?
He's tall.
He's
in my
tall.
Life. He's tall in my world.
In my world,
Davey
yeah,
Havoc
he's-
is a giant in my
Yes,
world.
but
it might just be the camera angles.
He might be
You're
about
looking up.
5'10", though.
I think like Trent Reznor's like 5'1". He's
No
technically
way,
a
dude.
midget.
let's
Ooh,
see.
are we allowed
No,
to say that?
that's 4'11".
Davey
Is it
Havoc
4'11"?
height.
He's pretty short though.
Davey Havoc height is he's 5'10".
Told you.
Yes, okay. But again, with Davey Havoc with AFI and stuff, they also
He's 5'10", but he's a 10 out of 10. You know.
yeah. All right. You say David Lee Roth?
Yeah. What, 5'6"?
Yeah, let's see. Height. Because he's, he's actually 6 feet tall.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
It's the angles.
Apparently
Was that
so.
That
hair,
movie
bro.
magic, you know.
So might as well jump, man.
Yeah, jump.
Jump, man. Jump, man. Jump, man.
Well, maybe that's why Billy Corgan slouches over so much.
Nah, dude, it's because the color on his guitar is affecting the tone wood. Did you hear about that?
No.
He came out on like a Guitar World or whatever and like was saying that, he's like, I firmly believe that the color paint that you put on your guitar affects the sound more than the wood it's made out of.
Yeah, that's
pendejo, wait.
yeah.
Was that stupid, bro? Like if you play a guitar made out of cardboard, which I've actually heard, not too bad. Fender,
yeah, I mean, if
Fender
you have
made
a
one.
pickup and there's a way to do it, it would be fantastic. My buddy works at Fender,
I'm on
and
the
so he
radio.
goes,
You need to call me back later.
so yeah, he works at Fender and he does a lot of designs and stuff. So to see how they come
What's
up with
that guy?
everything.
He's like a newer guy, guitar player.
What,
Glasses,
a
just like little
luthier?
chubby trucker hat, long hair. Oh, I can't remember his name right now.
You trying to like give me a name of some random guy that works
Yeah.
at Fender? There's
No,
thousands
no,
of
no,
people.
no.
Okay.
He's a musician.
Okay.
And Fender
An
did this thing.
influencer.
They did this thing called the Cardboard series, and they made drums, a keyboard, guitar, all this stuff out of cardboard. And
I'll
I'm
pull it
trying to think about those names, but he's a phenomenal guitar player. But dude, some pickups and some cardboard. Shit.
All right, so Fender Cardboard Sessions is what's on YouTube. You got what Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top and Matt Sorum of fucking
Guns N'
Pearl Jam.
Roses.
No, Sorum.
Matt Sorum is from Guns N' Roses. He's from
Is he?
The Cult. He was in he's in a bunch of other bands. He jammed in a band with Lemmy for a while. He did some Motorhead gigs. Matt Sorum is the good drummer from Velvet Revolver. Yeah.
Okay.
He did
not Pearl Jam at all.
He did the Use Your Illusion. He might have. I don't know.
I mean, it sounds like he's in all these fucking big money bands and shit. Anyways, let me show you this rocker real quick. Because at some point in time, scientists figured out that the best way to get to space is to create a ship that looks like a dick. And here's a perfect example. CNN didn't really think this out. There was a model, a reporter, who was modeling, holding a model of this
two models.
Yes, the Starlink or Starliner, if you will, which is amazing because
is that where they found her online on Starlink?
Yeah, I mean, just the way that she's even showing this off, it's just like, oh, the caption is, I worry that CNN didn't really think this segment through. Yeah, she's like caressing the tip, but this is the actual Starliner that launched today.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Good for you.
Starliner Atlas V.
Skinny guys always packing heat.
I know somebody in Tucson made the little latch.
Yes,
somebody here in Tucson manufactured that. Shout out to all those Wraith.
That's where I had to go make the mold.
No, yes.
Thank you.
Commander Butch Wilmer.
Yeah, and the fact that like Boeing was involved in the design of this, so the fact that nothing fell off is good.
Something crashed.
I was scared once I heard Boeing was involved. I was like, you guys didn't really think this through. But yeah, that happened here early, just this morning.
What do you think about a Joe Rogan episode with Terrence Howard talking about how he has all those patents to everything? Did you ever watch any of that?
No, I did watch a little bit of Terrence Howard's interview with Joe Rogan, but even before that, like actually a day or two before that, I went down the rabbit hole of Terrence Howard just speaking during an interview, I think at a college, and the dude he's on another level. He's super intelligent, and he kind of, he retired from acting. But it was one of those things where you get so smart, you go crazy kind of thing, and people don't understand you.
I 100% feel that.
Yeah.
I believe him, though. Yeah. I'm right there with him, man. I watched it, and I was like, he's right.
He's right.
1 times 1 is 2.
Like the guy from Blink. What's his name?
What, Tom DeLonge?
Tom DeLonge, yeah, the UFO guy.
No, because Tom DeLonge was never really smart about UFOs. He still sounded dumb as shit. And he was being Tom DeLonge.
But he got the job,
He did start that up, but
is that how you get a signature Fender?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You're almost there. Are you going on tour again? And how many hot dogs do you have to put in your pocket before you head on tour?
So yeah, we're planning on doing some dates when in
August.
August.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a few with held out. But when I went on tour with Sleeping last October,
got the Costco pack.
I kept a Nathan's hot dog in my gig bag the whole run.
An emergency dog.
We did about 10 11 days, and at the Walmarts, dude. Shout out to everywhere but Albuquerque.
Hey, we're going to Albuquerque.
That's one of the dates.
Yeah, I know, and you better be better this time. Yeah, Nathan's hot dogs, man.
Yeah,
they're $1.50. You can steal at least 3 of them and pay for one.
Yeah. Oh, I would say, hot dogs are kind of like the meat version of Twinkies. Like they never really go bad. They're so processed. It is kind of like forever food. Like in a zombie
about
apocalypse.
3 days. I'm saying it right now. You got about 3 days before it's questionable.
Okay.
Out of
even with all the preservatives, and that's me saying
sausage.
Out in its natural
I would not
habitat.
eat this tomorrow.
Okay, well that's good.
Maybe
because it's on hour 52 right now. I take your word for it. What are you saying?
I remember like back when we first met, there was Empire Pizza, some leftovers sitting in the garage, and we were rehearsing, whatever.
Overnight.
It was like 2 nights, and I was about to throw it away, and he's like, if you're real, you're gonna eat that right now. And I was like, I'm real.
Oh
I ate the
no.
whole thing. It was delicious. Shout out to Empire Pizza.
Okay.
Good stuff.
And you didn't get sick
No,
afterwards?
no,
I
it
got
was- it
sick
was
with it.
awesome.
Look how much cooler he is now.
It's so sick. Yes.
Damn fool, you're sick,
You're
dog.
sick, dog. You just hate that. Here, I want to share something real quick. There, I ruined it. Put together a compilation of singers falling downstairs. This is what they would sound like. It's a fun little clip. I just want to share.
What not to do.
I have stairs.
Davey Havoc's got to be on there.
Give it a rough.
What is that?
I don't
Brother,
know. But I'm gonna.
Went down, down. I fell.
Out on the stairs with Michael.
Oh, have mercy.
That one was good.
I'm falling.
You need to play a game on the phone of this.
All
And
together.
then
I wanna hear it.
guess
All
who
together.
it is.
I want to hear it all together.
You know what? Yeah, I should have played the game just for you guys. But now we know all the answers. So
Yeah. That's why I said for people on the phone that
yeah.
don't.
Well,
Well, I guess
all I
they could-
have right now is tickets to give away for FC Tucson. So I'm not going to get too many calls for that. It's it's a little soccer action. I've been trying to give them out, and
We got tickets to the Rialto on Saturday.
we have a soccer
I think I have to
team?
go through like legal to give them out on the air. I
Uh-huh.
guess, yeah.
Meet us in the parking lot.
Oh, you know
after.
what? Drum just emailed me and said Jackie's phone is here in the lobby. So with,
Nice.
say hello, there's a person named Jesse who is in the lobby with Jackie's phone.
Who?
Who?
Yeah.
Who?
This is Drum. She basically follows everything to a T, so there's like we're on a lockdown. So I'm like, thank you. Can you send her back? And she won't do it.
That's fine. It's just another distraction.
Wow, what's happening out there?
The phone, not
We're in a
Jesse.
lockdown.
Yeah. And she'll-
Somebody brought a dirty glizzy to school. Now we're in a lockdown.
I mean, it is paraphernalia. If you show up anywhere, if you're on probation and you whipped out a hot dog out of your pocket, they would violate your probation and send you back to jail because they're just like, there's no way he's not on drugs because he's walking around with hot dogs in his pocket and then eating it right in front of me.
You pull out the hot dog so you can use the fake pee. You blind them with the hot dog so you can squeeze the
That's
fake
true.
pee in there.
Have you ever done that?
Hey, watch this.
I'm not saying I haven't.
I did.
Yeah. So you did the synthetic pee?
No, as
Or-
a matter of fact, I borrowed a friend's pee the night before.
Mm-hmm.
And this was back
What
so
was her
long
name?
ago. I had a waterbed. So
you
I
hear
kept
that?
it under my waterbed with the waterbed heater on.
Yeah, nice.
Keep it warm.
Hold that thought. Let's share it on the air. Because I do have a couple stories of being able to get
They're
past these.
listening.
Yeah.
This is a
See.
confessional.
Sparky's latest favorite band, Bad Flower, with Ghosts on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. So we got held out in studio who are going to be performing this Saturday, part of Rusellmania. A bunch of great bands all taking
Tons
the
of great
stage.
bands.
It's a low dose show as well. So if you're looking to rock local, only $5 at the door. We'll get you in. You'll be able to party with us as we're going to be, celebrating Jonathan Russell's birthday. His 3 bands will be playing back to back to back, and Held Out will be playing, Sleeping with the Witch will be playing, and more. We got so many great bands on this bill. DJ Looney, the official Beef Vegan Presents a DJ, will be there, and I'll be hosting it. So maybe even I'll bust out. Yeah, I'll even bust out like a ChatGPT song or something. But first, while we're on the podcast broadcast, we were talking about, we brought up, well, I just assumed that Sparky was on probation. He's not. But
Yet.
yeah, that led to
Yeah.
the question, have you ever, attempted to fake a urine test, get out of basically try to pass a urine test, but obviously not have clean pee. So you have to do what you have to do. There's all different types of methods that you could do this to try to skirt the system to get around it. They had those cleansers back in the day that you would drink.
I used a shampoo bottle, a trial size shampoo bottle, and a friend's pee.
Okay, yeah. So
Where
and
did
then-
you put it, Kevin?
So it was a trial size shampoo bottle. And this was, like I said, back when they had water beds. This
Uh-huh.
was a long time ago. I was a lot younger. And I kept it warm with my waterbed heater, and then I put it
Which is
just,
smart.
just inside my belt right here, you know?
Yeah, body
I stand up
temperature.
and show everyone. No. Body temperature basically got in there, and I was gonna put it in my jacket sleeve, and the lady's all, "Yeah, can you take your jacket off before you go in?" And I was like, went in. Luckily, they weren't watching me. It was for a job, actually. Now,
Yeah,
that I
yeah,
recall.
not a pro boat.
But I was
they watch you
still
harder on a pro boat.
literally
Oh, yeah.
shaking, scared, in fear while I was doing it.
That was the
The
day you
shampoo
became a
trial
man,
size
dude.
bottle flips open, and you squeeze it, and it sounds like you're peeing.
Yeah, that's
Except
good.
when you let go, and it's all.
It's like your body's absorbing it back. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. When you're on probation, they do look and stare at you, which is like reminds me of a story of my buddy Adam, who he went through great lengths. He was on probation and
There's
house
mirrors,
arrest.
so
Huh?
they can. There's mirrors, so they can look at you.
Oh yeah, no, and this one was back in the late '90s, so it wasn't even the mirrors. It was like, well, they just open up a window and you just got a guy just like looking and be like, show it to me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was
Now-
it in June?
No, whatever. So in oh, okay, I get what you're saying. So Adam, he went to great lengths. He was on probation, house arrest, and he was still smoking weed. So what he did is he made a clay phallus, right? A clay penis, basically. Hauled it out and went through these like extreme lengths where he would buy clean urine. He'd have it body temperature, and then he created this like MacGyver like setup to where he would be able to go through that fake clay shaft, right? And then be able to fill up the cups. Till one day, all right, the head fell off.
Oh.
And it went right in the cup. And he like looked down and like looked over, and the guy who's staring at his junk, like his eyes lit up, and it was like, "Are you okay, man?" And that's when he was busted. So he had to go to jail. And
It's like the scream mask with a little pump
yes,
and the blood goes down the face.
he did something like that. He had it all. I mean, he was a very smart kid, just obviously got in trouble a bunch. But yeah, he figured out a way to MacGyver his
Pretty
pee
sure
test.
he became an engineer in prison.
Yeah.
He used Kevin's mold.
So many engineers in prison, so many MacGyvers. There's a lot of intelligent people that are in prison and stuck in that system that come up with some of the like craziest inventions you would ever think of, just out of necessity.
It was like my first night in jail. I was like 18 years old, fresh,
Uh-huh.
and they put me in general population, and I don't know what to do. I'm just in this room, and there's this guy comes in, and he's making hooch in the sink,
Uh-huh.
and then he's like, "Hey, do you want me to write you a detailed like article about how to like build a tattoo
Yeah, the
machine?"
ingredient, the recipe.
No, how to build
Oh.
a tattoo machine.
Oh wow.
He's like, out of a Papermate pen, only Papermate though. And I was like, okay, sure.
Yeah. And so he did.
Yeah.
And
His
did
name
it
was
work?
Eddie. His name was Eddie. Yeah, I actually built it.
Nice. Yeah,
Actually
yeah.
built it, and it
And-
worked. It was a garbage machine compared to the ones that we have at the shop. you know.
Well, of course,
But it
dude.
was a
Hey, it was made
It was
out of a pen.
bare bones rotary machine. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Trying to get that Papermate sponsorship now.
I
for
know.
reals.
Oh, I'm telling you,
and
man.
he was like, because you cut the pen right between the two hearts. And it's the perfect length. That's what he said.
Nice. And were you tattooing before that?
Just once in a while here and there. But
Yes, but he saw you and he's like, "You're gonna be an artist someday. So here you go.
Yeah.
Make your pen because you're gonna be broke too. So
Yeah.
you're gonna need this."
you're gonna come back, boy.
Now, real quick, one last story I'll just share with you because my dad, he was a pot smoker when he was a younger guy. Again, when I say younger, like 40s and 50s, trying to get jobs, right? They would all drug test. So he came up with a system where he had clean pee in a bag, and then he would heat it up with his body before his test, but he put it in 2 Ziploc bags, and then he would basically wear tighty whities and then kind of cradle it to keep it warm. So then when he had after the interview, they give him the drug test. He just empties the bag, good to go. You would think, until one day he sat down for the interview, and while he's doing the interview, he feels something. The bag broke. Now he's wearing basically suit pants. And so, like, how dark those get when they're wet.
Yeah.
So he had to sit through the interview and then say at the end, they're like, "Okay, we'll do the drug test now." And he had to say, actually, I changed my mind. I don't want this job. He gets up and had to walk out with seeing the wet stain all
Can we
over.
Can we just wring out the
That's what I
the
was gonna say.
pants? Yeah.
Just
It's clean.
wrung it out.
Does it smell clean?
It's like I can only pee once a day, dude.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
now or never.
Yeah, okay. I'll see my way out. Thank you. Keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Heldouts in studio.
Hell no.
Clear. All right. Speaking of jail and MacGyvers, have you watched that show Unlocked?
No.
It's
No.
on Netflix. So
I've scrolled past it.
I've
scrolled
seen
past
Locked
it, but I
Up.
haven't looked at it.
yeah, so Unlocked was basically a social experiment where they is it Jackie?
Who?
Oh no, sorry, Jesse.
I'm like, who?
Just hiding behind the banner.
She's not allowed in here.
Yeah.
We're on lockdown, remember?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so with that, the show Unlocked.
Kevin's all looking at that water like,
It's the best thing. I
girl.
left my water in the car.
It's not water.
Okay, yeah.
Even better.
It's that hot dog water.
You got Frappuccino. You got all these survival kits. But the show Unlocked on Netflix was a social experiment where they went into these jails and they basically unlocked all the doors and let them live without them being on lockdown and see if they
That's
would
totally
survive.
water.
Right. And so you guys don't care. So I'll stop telling the story.
No.
I was listening.
Yeah, I was.
Well,
I was locked in.
Well, there was a guy, because we're talking about MacGyvers. I was thinking about it. There was a guy in there named Eastside. This white kid who, was a tattoo artist. He would do all these homemade tattoos and everything, but he passed away at 29 years old today. And yeah, they didn't disclose why, but I feel like it was like an overdose. It's disappointment if you watch the show though, because he was one of those kind of standout characters.
Prominent character.
Well, maybe I watch these shows differently because I'm like, it's relatable to me. And it's some of the people that I grew up with. And honestly, I could see these people and be like, yeah, I was that guy. Or
I feel like you
could
get to know them.
Yeah. But also it's like, one or two bad decisions and I'm in the exact same position this guy's in. You know what I mean? So,
Well, now that you're single, then
what does that have to do with anything?
because you're just willing to mingle, dude, with the wrongest crowds.
No, I'm not willing to mingle with, I don't know, the fentanyl bank robbing crowds. Why, you know anybody? Don't answer that question.
Backpage.com.
What was that? What was that joke you did up in Phoenix? We just played in Phoenix at Yucca.
Yeah, we were talking about that on Monday. Yeah.
Because we jumped in one of those driverless taxis.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you did the one of those.
Yeah, those Waymos.
Waymos, yeah.
The Waymo dangerous.
You should
Right.
tell Jesse.
Dude, I got in, and as soon as we sat in, I went to cough and just spewed all over myself. And I
Did
was
you
like,
really?
I was like, there's like 90 cameras in that car looking at me. And I was just like,
Ugh.
it was just like mucus because
Still,
So
yeah.
this,
it
this
wasn't fun.
this bartender that we were talking to, she's like, "You guys don't have that down in Tucson?" And what did you say?
I said no because the blue heads would be taking it apart, selling it for Fenties.
Yeah. Hey, you're
be
not
gone.
lying.
They'd be
You know
gone.
what though? I'll tell you this. Because there's a shit ton of blue heads in Los Angeles as well. Now you've heard them stealing copper out of like light poles and stuff.
Yeah,
That's a
same
tweaker
thing.
trade
Yeah.
for a long time.
Huh.
You know what they're stealing now? Full-blown fire hydrants
For why?
for scrap metal.
For
Yeah, you
why?
can recycle them. I see people recycle them all the
I
time.
would not recycle a fire hydrant if I worked at the metal shop. I'd be like, where'd you get this?
So you know exactly where you got it, right? You got it from the street, obviously. But yeah, fire hydrant theft
Smells
is
like
becoming
pee.
like a huge problem in Los Angeles.
Where are
And
they getting these tools? Well, obviously, stealing them.
tweakers? Yeah, dude.
They're building them.
What tools do you need to steal a fire hydrant?
Oh, well,
A big ass wrench.
I think you just need a rock to break the glass, but
Or-
there's
Or a
You're
rocket.
thinking-
No.
You're thinking of a fire extinguisher.
Yeah,
the
fire
hydrant,
hydrant, bro.
You're right. I'm thinking
plugged
extinguisher.
into the
I'm like, that's
floor.
easy to steal.
Yeah,
it's
no,
plugged
okay.
into the earth.
yes,
no.
it's pea covered or dog pea covered fire hydrants.
Now I follow you.
yeah,
That's where the money's
one
at.
neighborhood,
early.
one neighborhood had 4 hydrants stolen recently, leaving them without a single operating hydrant in case of a fire. Other areas also dealing with similar fire thefts, and it's a trend that's growing in Los Angeles. And if it's growing in Los Angeles, it's only a matter of time. You're gonna start just seeing water spouts popping up in Tucson everywhere.
Yeah,
Uh,
because they all run here when they get in trouble over there.
yes, they do. This is the first
You know
stop.
what, dude? We need to do is take our water back and stop giving it to California. Then they won't need fire hydrants.
That's true. Yes, they'll still need them for fires.
It sounds
they have-
dangerous
they
to
have a
take a
whole
fire
ocean.
hydrant off.
It does.
Well,
like, how do you turn the
Under
water
pressure,
off?
Yeah.
Dude, you
So-
gotta catch that thing when it blows up. Like, like when you take the last. When you take the last
Get it in the
straw.
truck.
I'm telling you, it was one of these prison MacGyvers. I know exactly how these trends happen, right? So it's one prison MacGyver who's in there and say, you know what you can do, right? On the inside. And then a bunch of people get out with this information and then they just start going to town. So a resident said it's beyond annoying. Why would you steal a fire hydrant? What are you going to do with it? Now you have a whole neighborhood of houses that are in danger. And of course, that's a good question. And it's unclear if you need to wipe the dog pee off first, because of course these fire hydrants are covered in piss, because dogs pee on them, stereotypically, but legitimately.
Is there facts behind why dogs pee on that?
I've seen it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just because they're marking their territory. Once it starts with a dog, then other dogs got to be like, no,
I've peed on plenty of fire hydrants.
I'm sure you have. You ever been like, you ever go into a bathroom in a rock dive and you see like a name, so-and-so was here. And then you're like, I want to write here and say Sparky was here. Same difference.
Try and pee on the name.
That's just power spray it off.
Strong stream.
Yeah. All right. Now, police say they don't have any leads on this, but it is a challenge to steal a hydrant. You have to turn off the water first, then unbolt them, then use a vehicle to knock them off, then haul them away. So the process is it's pretty complicated.
I guess you do got to be kind of a little bit smart. You got to go find where to turn the water off.
Just because you're a blue-headed tweaker doesn't mean you can't be smart.
That's true. And again,
just because you make bad decisions doesn't mean your brain isn't smart.
Right.
It just means you're a pendejo at heart.
Your priorities are in the wrong alley.
Now, to be clear, most people are assuming that they've been stolen for scrap metal, but that's not 100% clear. It could be just some dude's house that like has a fetish for fire hydrants and it's just the dopest looking living room ever.
The best smelling one.
He's making like huge ass swords and just like just smelting the metal down.
That's a great idea for a bar, right? So say Rialto replace their urinals with just fire hydrants that you could pee on. Of course, the little drain around it.
That's a great idea.
Wouldn't that be awesome? I mean, there'd be a lot of splashback, but
you're giving them ideas. You need to stop.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And they could put them in the middle and we can all stand around it.
Now, one time I was a kid.
This is mine now.
My neighbor was in my yard and we were playing on my swing set. And I was standing there by my tree. And then out of nowhere, this kid just gets up and just starts peeing on my foot. I was like, that was the beginning of the end of our friendship.
Yeah, that will do it. That'll do it.
I was like, why would you pee on me? I'm wearing socks.
I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure I've been peed on before.
Yeah, you're wearing my socks.
Was this the first time or the only time you've been peed on?
No, that was the first time I was peed on.
How many times do you think you've been peed on?
At least 17.
Yeah, that's a good number. What about you guys?
I'd say 5 or 6.
Okay. Are you counting squirting?
Yeah, because that's pee.
That is pee.
It's not soda. I'll tell you what.
I know.
Well, then
yeah,
probably a lot more.
Yeah, now you just bragging.
I don't count.
Yeah,
I don't count. I just do it.
Squirt is better than
you want to squirt me. Well, dude, I got out of the shower this morning. I'm like, this is like my biggest pet peeve.
Speaking of squirting,
biggest. Like I used the toilet before I got in the shower.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got out, there's a rumbly in my tumbly. I was like, oh no.
That's the worst.
You blew the whole shower.
I know.
And I was already in a time crunch because we were going to be late.
I know. Because you want to shit, then shower.
Yeah.
And then potentially shave. But if you mess up that order, it does screw things up.
I had shaved another.
Rock 1 2.1. Who's this? Hello? Is this Bella? Hello.
Hello.
I can, you could probably hear me, but I can't hear you. I'm recognizing the number. I'm thinking that's Bella, but
I heard her for a second.
Yeah. I can't hear you, so you muted it. All right, call back. All right, we got about minute 24. We're going to break down a silly radio bit. Mile High Club tips from someone with experience. Somebody, basically a bunch of people kind of shared their experiences in Mile High and joined the Mile High Club. And how to do it. Have you guys ever been close to getting into the Mile High Club?
I've never been to Denver.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, technically, if you're in Denver and you do it, you're in the Mile High Club. So that's a workaround. So make sure your next tour, you route through Denver. And then try to do
once, but I pushed out. It was all
really?
Me. It was all me too.
Really? So
it was her idea. And I was like, I don't know.
Was it to go into the bathroom?
Laboratories.
Yeah.
Laboratories.
Yeah. And you got scared here. Somebody's calling.
Yep.
Rock 1 2.1. Who's this?
Yeah, we putting people on air with a fat, flat Sparky right there. I've known that dude for a decade or two.
Alan.
Got some great stories about that dude.
Well, I'm afraid of the stories that you might share on the air. So no, we're not doing that.
I can keep it radio friendly if I need to.
Me and Alan know each
He
other
used
for
to
a
live
long
with me.
time.
Sparky was my roommate for years, and then he got famous.
Oh, you got famous now. And, he got super famous, started eating hot dogs out of his pocket. And, you don't even know the guy
Where do you
anymore.
think he learned the hot dog trick from?
From you? That's a trick now?
Sparky.
Yeah, that's
What's
me.
up, buddy?
What up, brother?
All right, Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're live on the air again. Just random calls. Alan's calling in, just trying to put Sparky on blast with random stories of the past. So give me one fun Sparky story before we play our commercials.
Good Sparky story. Which one we got?
It's on you, Alan.
There's too many.
That's the best story of them all. That's the best story of them all.
All right.
Just tell old Fat Slash that I love him.
Fat Slash. He's called me Fat Slash for years.
Fat Slash is nice.
I
Oh,
thought he
Fat Slash
said-
is
Yeah,
a bad
Fat
name.
Slash. We love you, Sparky.
I love you too, brother.
Yeah, thanks for the call. I
Thanks for
appreciate
calling,
you.
man.
We'll see you
Later,
Saturday
guys.
at the Rialto. So yeah, you have you always been Fat Slash?
I was skinny for a while, maybe, but yeah, he's always called me Fat Slash.
I thought he said fat flaccid.
Yeah, so
To be
did I.
honest with
So
you,
did
that's what
I.
I was sitting over here laughing about.
That is a side effect of being fat.
I think so. I wouldn't know.
All right, well, we got your beef tip coming up after these words, but on the podcast broadcast stream, we're going to give you tips of joining the Mile High Club for those who actually are members of the Mile High Club. So it's a little too saucy for radio, so you got to join us, youtube.com/beefvegan. Music on the way from 3 Days Grace. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. All right.
So,
Oh yeah, we went hard back in the day, me and the homie.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, we went hard. It was like we can't talk about our stories, bro. Not until the book comes out.
Right.
Like you have to read that. I'm not going to tell you nothing about
the
it.
Fat Slash confessionals.
Yeah, tell me, Kevin, before we get into this, tell me why, first off, you chickened out. So you had the opportunity. How long was the flight? And was it like an overnight? What was the deal?
Tucson to Phoenix.
No, it was. It was trying to remember where we were flying to. I think it was when I was flying to Cozumel on my honeymoon with the ex-wife.
So it was a honeymoon trip.
Yeah.
Cozumel. So, like basically the entire trip is bang, 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 bang. And she didn't even want to wait until the plane
You can't
landed.
even get to the. You can't even wait to the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. It was just. I don't know what it was. I mean, it was just. I was on a plane. I didn't want to get busted. I was already drunk and paranoid and stoned, and
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Now I look back and I'm like, man, that was probably my one and only opportunity.
Now, the thing is, it's okay because when you landed, you still had sex, and I'm pretty sure the sex feels the same. I was close on a trip to Hawaii. I got a little hand love on Hawaii flight, but then that helped the time go by because that's a long ass flight.
Yeah, it is.
But that's the closest I got to that. Those bathrooms are super small.
Do you think it really is a long flight, or do the pilots just go in a circle because the Earth's flat?
I'm pretty sure that it's a long flight. So I got some stats and facts and percentages from people who've joined the Mile High Club. Around 75% of people who joined the Mile High Club did it with a significant other. So that makes sense, right? And this was a poll from Jet Setter who asked 1,600 travelers. All right. And they found that just 15% found a way to make the friendly skies a little bit friendlier. So 15% of the 1,600, and out of them, 75% did it with a significant other. Just under 20% did it with a total stranger. And I guarantee you 100% of the 20% were really good looking people, because who just randomly gets to bang in an airplane?
You got to have some game.
Super game.
I got to use the lavatory. Knock twice in 30 seconds.
Yeah. And they're like, okay, bud. And you come back, they're sleeping.
Yes,
Like, it's cool, bro. I don't want to go with you.
Yeah. They say just under 15% were with a casual acquaintance or a friend. So that's a good friend. Let's see, almost 7% were with a work colleague. So, that just adds to paranoia for every married couple out there saying you're going on a business trip. Mm-hmm. And just over 2% did it with a pilot or a flight attendant.
Nice.
I know, but see, that's a fantasy that doesn't seem like a
can
reality.
you just cockpit it?
What was the percentage on that one?
2%.
Okay,
Yeah.
That's a low percentage.
And then did it with a pilot or a flight attendant. I feel like the pilot's able to bang a little bit more because they could go in cruise control and say, hey, you want to see the cabinet? And they got their own private space.
You want to see my cabinet?
Yeah. But the flight attendant,
What about that 1% that just whips it out right there in the hallway? And pulls their glizz out in the hallway.
This is why I'm not allowed to go on flights anymore.
This is why we drive. And this is why we drive.
So, okay, so they say looking at the math to clear that some of those respondents were repeat visitors in Mile High Club, because it doesn't all add up to 100%. On one such club member, a woman named Aviva, who says she did it, had an incredible orgasm, and it felt like she felt like an absolute baller upon landing. All right, so these are some tips from her.
Baller, barely met her.
Yeah. I say work on your flexibility to make it work in a cramped restroom space. Okay. Complete as much foreplay as possible while you're in your seats. Okay.
So you can go quick.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's actually an excellent tip.
Yeah, you get out. There's a line. Whoops. Whoops. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, quickie is the best way to go in that situation.
I would presume yes.
Yeah.
They're all quickies in my world.
They say
they start applauding and you come out.
Being on a long flight or red eye helps because most people will be asleep. So, less people noticing and wanting to go to the bathroom. To control the noise that you're making, which Aviva found difficult. Good for her. And
I heard that.
And then if the Mile High Club is your goal, consider a private jet. Yeah, right. We have more room. You can really let loose. So yeah, there's tips joining the Mile High Club.
All I can smell is hot dog.
I knew a guy who boarded a plane in where was it?
We're gonna be on in 15
It
seconds.
was like New York.
Uh-huh.
And then hit his vape in the bathroom, and they had to pull around and stop in like Pennsylvania.
Really? I've done that. I got away with it though. Same Hawaiian flight. I got away with a lot of stuff apparently. Get on there. Rock 102.1 KFMA. I mean, seriously, to get caught vaping on a plane in a bathroom, you have to be one of those guys like blowing clouds.
That's what I told him.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, pendejo, dude. Like, why would you do that?
Right, dude. I mean, you black lung it a little bit. There's ways you flush it. The pressure, it's almost like jail toilets, right? So, like, if you blow it and flush, and you could just, if anyone's like, why you flush so much? Be like, courtesy flush, bro. I'm not trying to ground this plane based off of the hot dog, the pocket hot dog I ate earlier. So yeah, that's pretty surprising that your friend would get a plane grounded from vaping in a bathroom. Insane. Bad move. Bad form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad show.
Yeah,
Jolly bad show.
one of the attendants was serving me a drink, and it's just habit to have it in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I reached for my drink, and she's like, "What's in your hand?" And I was like, "Nothing." She's like, "Are you using that?" I was like, "No." She just gave me that look,
Right.
Right.
She's like, "Do you want to be using that?"
Now, yeah, I mean,
on the
you're
ground
on
right
a plane. You have the vape in your hand. So, are you in your seat trying to vape and then discreetly blowing your shirt? Yeah, yeah, just trying to get that nick fix.
Yeah.
Or holding it in till there's nothing.
Yeah,
just swallowing it.
Not good. Well, yeah,
a toilet paper roll with a dryer sheet.
Ghosting it.
Yeah, they can still see the vapes, but. All right. Unfortunately,
they
that's
light up all crazy.
Yeah, we're running out of time on the podcast broadcast stream, but don't forget we are hanging out Saturday at the Rialto Theater, Rock Local show.
Yeah.
I will be hosting that show. Held Out's going to be performing. It's Rusellmania. Jonathan Russell's 3 bands performing back to back to back. He'll be leading that up, and it's going to be closed out with Held Out and Sleeping with the Witch. So to get more information on that, make sure you follow me on Facebook at Beef Vegan. You'll see the flyer, and then we'll see you Saturday night. But before I leave you, Don't
forget that we're doing that raffle for the Homeboy Shaggy.
Hey, who
That's true,
opens that show?
Alien
on the bill
Atmosphere,
too?
Alien Atmosphere, Non Grata, and Flying Half Full.
Okay.
yeah, there's basically 8 bands on this bill.
It's gonna be a wild night.
Yeah, dude. So it's just stacked front to back, and like I said, it's affordable show. It's a great show, and shout out to Brent from Local Love Promotions for putting it together.
What up, Brent?
He does great in putting together these local fests. It's like a mini festival, really. So yes, and there's going to be a charity fundraiser for Sparky's homie. So
rest in peace, Shaggy Gonzalez.
Yeah, who passed away unexpectedly. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff to look forward to. Thank you guys for coming in. How can people follow you and make sure they're up to date and can check out this latest album?
Feetfinder.com.
Search Held Out
first and foremost. But yeah, all platforms, anything. If you got internet, you can find us.
There you go.
Follow, share, subscribe. You know the drill.
That's right. That's Held Out. All right, that's all the time we have for today. Rob Nash is up next. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
Love you. Bye.
When you were
Saturday.
Flying half full. Don't forget about flying half full.
I said flying half full.
So did I.
We all said it. Flying half
I will
full.
knock out all your teeth.
Peanut butter cup. Babuski.